NFC South battle tonight on Thursday Night Football as Kirk Cousins and the Falcons play host to Baker and the Bucs. It has been a great start to the season for Todd Bowles' team. They sit atop the division with a 3-1 record. But no matter how well they are playing right now, Baker knows it is a long season.
I mean, you try and treat any game the same, but, I mean, you know the weight that it carries when you play divisional opponents. And just the opportunity on a short week playing against somebody on the road, it's a great opportunity for us to continue to build what we've had so far. But, you know, I think back at last year. Every year is different, but think back at last year, we were 3-1 at this point, too. Now I wouldn't say that we operated as clean and we knew our identity, but right now, don't take anything for granted. Just because you start 3-1, like you said, it's a long year. Got to continue to improve and just build as the year goes on.
The one thing I took out of that, actually, I saw a little bit of a collar tug. It was a whole thing on the show yesterday. Kyle Brandt brought it up that once they start tugging at the collar, it means something. And Baker's not stressed out there, Kyle, but I'm very sensitive to that right now. And I noticed Baker went to pull on his collar a little bit. That's what I just noticed. What's the one thing you are looking for tonight from this Thursday night showdown? Rob.
Well, for me, I'm looking at the run game. I'm looking at the line of scrimmage. First and foremost, you got Bijan Robinson, who I think is an elite skill set, right? But if you look at this Atlanta Falcons offense, far too often they're just throwing and trying to get back into games late. I just cannot wait to just see this offense line up and run the football with this gifted running back. Now, they're only averaging about 103 rushing yards per game. But on the other side, when you look at Tampa Bay, and Matt, I'm so glad you're in the building today because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got a defensive tackle in Vita Vea. This dude is huge, all right? He's a playmaking defensive tackle. And what I mean by that is, guys, a lot of times he takes double teams, he splits double teams, and he makes the tackle. Like he actually makes the tackle, not just takes on the double teams. Matt, when you have a dominant defensive tackle like that, you're an off-the-ball linebacker, how much better does it make you allow you to do your job?
Man, I'll tell you, you appreciate this. I had Brandon Mebane as my nose guard.
Oh, yeah.
In Seattle.
Yeah.
When I was with the Chargers, he came from Seattle. Changed my whole career. Not only was his ability to play, but he was one of those smart D linemen where he was sniffing out plays. You know, Bane, he would just bump a little bit to the left when he knew the ball was going to the left. He'll bump to the right, like squeeze on the center a little bit. So when you have those type of D linemen that understand this game but play it on the other side of the line of scrimmage, as a linebacker, I'm like, cool.
Bro, Vita Vea lives in the backfield of his opponents. Like, I was watching him against Philly last week, dude. Like, they just couldn't do anything with him on the double teams. I'm very interested to see how they handle Vita Vea, especially when you look at this Atlanta Falcons offense. They're only scoring touchdowns at about 40% when they get in the red zone and goal to go. They're last in the National Football League. To score in the scoring zone, you got to do it with power, by scoring with your man, running the football, or do it by scheme. To me, they have the skill set to do it by power. I can't wait to see what they do with Vita Vea.
Yeah, what I can't wait for the Falcons to do is to utilize Kyle Pitts the way that I think we all expected them to utilize Kyle Pitts. Heading into Week 5, Kyle Pitts, this is his stats right now. He has 8 receptions for 105 yards. That's it. That's all we have going into Week 5 with one of the more dynamic tight ends in the game. There's so much hype around this man going into training camp. He had probably one of the best training camps they were talking about out of Atlanta this year. But last week, he had 3 targets for 0 receptions. How do I know? Because he's on my fantasy football team, and he pitched the goose egg for me. I paid attention to this man. Now, Raheem Morris came up after the game in this press conference, and he said, stats are for losers. I like where he's trying to go with it, but at the same time, Raheem Morris, I need them stats.
You want those stats.
we want those stats. And to Mike Rob's point of being in the red zone and being closer to the tail end of the NFL in the red zone production, you have to be able to utilize somebody like Kyle Pitts where he can get open. You can throw him the ball high. Throw him the ball high at that crossbar. Let him jump up and be the athletic tight end that he is and make plays.
Oh, don't throw it at eye level like he did.
Yeah, no, let's not do that. Let's not make it interesting for the refs. Let's throw it up there, let him go up there, and let him moss people. So for me, it's how are they going to utilize Kyle Pitts? When do they utilize Kyle Pitts? I know, like how Coach said, stats are for losers, but when you have a tight end that can put up big stats, that usually results in winning.
Manti, if you drafted Kyle Pitts again, that's on you, dude. He's been around 3-4 years. I mean, we know the deal now. We have been waiting for Kyle Pitts to produce since like 1965 when they made that shirt you're wearing. But listen, let's move on. Let's try to keep it on track. I want to call out a few people in this game tonight, involved in this game. The first group of people to call out is anyone who is still banging the drum about Kirk Cousins and primetime. That's a stupid, tired old story that is completely factually wrong. You might hear it on the broadcast tonight. You're certainly going to see it on social media. Understand that used to be a story. Monday night he sucked. Primetime he sucked. Guys, the last 3 years on Thursday night, Kirk Cousins has been excellent. Not average, not good, excellent. 7 passing touchdowns, 1 interception. He's 2-1 on Monday nights in the last 3 years. And this thing about constantly needling him at primetime and letdowns and all, it just has this stink of politics where you just keep going after someone with the same attack, even though you don't even know if it's true. If anybody is still doing that Kirk Cousins primetime thing, I'm going to fact check you, which we allow here, and hopefully they allow on Amazon Prime tonight, because it's not true. I don't know if they're going to win tonight, but I expect him to be excellent because he always is on Thursday night. Name number 2, Mike Robb, I'm glad you hit this guy too. Bijan Robinson. It's time, buddy. Let's get going. It's week 5. It's fine. You didn't get off to a fast start. That's okay. But we have great expectations for you. You are a friend of the show. You are not a friend of the end zone right now, Bijan. Let's get going because you have a whole bunch of carries, 55 touches. Your longest run this year in 55 touches is 19 yards. Now, for some guys, that'd be fine. That's okay. The NFL's tough. I get it. You're special. You're explosive. You're supposed to be a difference maker. It is time to get going because you know when the Falcons offense got going last week? When Tyler Algier came in. And it feels like, wow, it's a change of pace and they're kind of running smoother with Algier. Nonsense with that, all right? Bijan, I want to see a game from you tonight. I know you have your own mustard. It's time to catch up a little bit too, okay? Let's get this thing cooking. And then Baker Mayfield. There is nobody who is a bigger fan of Baker than I am. Some might be equal to me, but nobody bigger. And what's fun about Baker is the relatability of the everyman, and that comes with a lot of times when he's playing really well, he starts not playing really well. And just when you count him out, he starts playing incredible. The one thing you have against Baker, as well as he's playing this year, is that there is a large body of work where it is up and down, and that is part of the fun of Baker Mayfield. It's like he's either totally unconscious or he's kind of a mess. So since he's been unconscious lately, are we ready for a mess tonight? I hope not. He's proven so much. I would love to see Baker say, I'm not that guy anymore, just like Cousins isn't that guy. Let's dispel some hashtag narratives tonight, guys, on Amazon Prime. I'm into it. Are you?
Kyle, Bijan can't call his own run plays, though. I mean, he only got two touches in the second half last week. That's on Zach Robinson, who used to be a teammate of mine, by the way. Zach, run the damn ball a little bit more, man. Bijan has the skill set. And I agree with you. Tyler Algier, when he got in the game, the offense did look a little bit different. I will say that. That kid runs the football with some authority. But again, to your point, Bijan can't call his own plays, Kyle.
You know,
Mike, this is year number 2 of us saying Bijan needs to get the ball more. We said it all last year. We're starting to say it already next year. If he doesn't get the ball more, we start to have to answer the question about why is he not getting the ball more, because maybe he's not doing enough with it. It's early. It's week 5. I'm a fan of his, but let's get cracking on the times you do get the ball. He is not a 4.1 yards per carry guy, Mike. He is way too talented for 4.1. He's 4.8. He's 5.1. I want it to start tonight. I'm a fan of his. I just want to see it.
I agree with you. I will say this, though. The Atlanta Falcons need to just get into regular games, bro. It always seems like they get into these track meets, and at the end of the game, they're just throwing to try to win the game late, and they get out of their run game. So I'm interested to see if they can stay in their game plan through this entire game tonight.
I was going to talk about the defense, and then you mentioned the Bucs defense and Todd Bowles' defense because it's very vaunted, and everyone, is like, this is what he's known for. And you mentioned Vita Vea. He had been out with a knee injury. The difference that he makes, they had struggled to get sacks, which is unusual for a Todd team. But you talked about that. And Vita comes back. The Bucs had 6 sacks. Vita had one of them, but he creates a lot of those. So we don't need to talk about that. So instead, I'm going to go a little off the radar here because I saw something. I was at the Bucs game last Sunday. I saw something, and as I'm watching it, I'm like, this is perfect for GMFB. Furthermore, this is perfect for Kyle Brandt. I'm watching something very unusual and bizarre happen on the field, and I'm like, I wonder what Kyle would have to say about this. This is the lineman, the offensive line, warming up. Tristan Wirf's there. They're all pro star. Was in the all-white long sleeves. I see Robert Hainsey. The gang's all here. Scratching and rubbing their chest. We got someone rubbing their beard over there. Our photographer, no disrespect, I love you all, linemen. Our photographer, Chad Breedlove, says, do they have fleas? What's happening over here? This is their new warm-up. I've seen the shoeless before. We go no socks. The scratching of the chest, the rubbing of the beards. I asked Tristan afterwards, what's going on? And he gave me some sort of LA answer. We're grounding ourselves. We're like, I mean, and I was like, Tristan, I don't really believe that. I'm going to be honest. And then he actually said Keefe, who is their tight end, got them into doing that. I mean, look at this. Kyle, what do you got? I mean, what are we looking at?
It's becoming hot right now. I feel like, Matt Collins is doing the shoeless thing. J.J. McCarthy at Michigan would sit down in front of the goalpost and just ground himself. I do. I'm barefoot right now. I do every show barefoot, so I totally relate, guys. Mike Rob, this seems like something up your alley.
This is up my alley.
Guy.
Very
you
up my
believe
alley.
in this stuff. What are they doing?
It works. The earth takes a lot of the negative charge out of your body. It works. It literally recharges your body. I used to do it for 20 minutes a day after practice, walk around barefooted on the practice field. You see a lot of guys doing it because guys are educating themselves now on how to be holistically healthy. They want to live longer. They want to play and make this money a little bit longer. So I agree with it. I don't know. I haven't seen
So the rubbing.
I haven't seen the rubbing part of it.
Feet in the grass thing, but the rubbing of the bellies.
I haven't seen that, but I'm pretty sure they're doing it for me.
Jahmyr Gibbs had something before his game where he actually had somebody else like doing something to him. I was like, maybe that, I don't know. It's a new age, you know what I mean? Like I said, people are educating themselves. They're trying different techniques, doing anything that they can to get better product on the field. But it's definitely something I ain't seen before.
Well,
I didn't see that before.
That's what I said when I was watching it. But you know what? Do whatever you want. If it works, they come out with a huge win. Tristan Wirf is just moving men around the field. Do the belly rubs and the beard scratches all you want. I just saw it and I thought.
Belly rubs and beard scratches.
It's just,